The lightning shows my weakness, the thunder knows my secrets. The storm is like a brother, it knows me like no other. So let it rumble, let it roll, 'cause it's all I know. You can keep your calm and easy, but that peaceful life ain't for me. The harshest gales call out from the tree, like it can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, it's like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound, let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Oh. I see the waters rising with waves as strong as iron. My soul was born for running. The darkness is my compass, and I will follow where it goes, 'cause it's all I know. You can keep your sunshine story, but that peaceful life ain't for me. The harshest gales call out from the trees, like it can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, it's like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound, let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Oh. Sirens ring and run for shelter. I will chase that storm forever. The harshest gales call out from the trees, like they can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, feels like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound, let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. So let the rain come down. Let the rain come down.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Nancy. You could be anywhere you want to be, but you're here. I was a little bit late today. It's 3:03. Hello, H. Davis. I'm glad you're here. Let me turn my camera on. There we go. I don't like the way this is set up because it's like my camera's in the wrong spot. It looks like I'm always looking to the left, but I'm really not, which I really am, but I'm really not. Okay. Anyway, so how are you doing today? Let's see what I do today. I took CJ to the doctor, and he had to have some blood work. And when they started drawing his blood, he was sitting there just fine. And then all of a sudden, he went ghost white, and he just fell over. And then he started jerking a little, and we were afraid he was going to hit his head on the wall. And we finally got him to wake up, and then we got him where he could get up and go over and lay on this little table that was in the lab room. And he laid there for a little while, just ghost white and shaking. And then I finally got him to eat a little bit of cookie. And after, I guess, 10, 15 minutes, he finally got where he could sit up and drink his water and stuff. And we finally got him where he could go home. And he's doing fine now. So, but it was kind of scary there for a minute. He just And he kept his eyes open. I don't know. I've never seen anybody, actually pass out like that. But um, it was weird and it was scary to me. It was really scary. So, okay. So let's get into it. Let's start with our fair use disclaimer because everything we're using is for educational purposes. So, oh, I just hit myself. So, um, yeah, we're not trying to cheat on anybody. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. Okay. So today we are going to talk about Tamara Parker. Okay, Tamara Parker was booked in Gaston County, North Carolina for attempt to obtain property by false pretense. They accused her of using a false identity. And so, I mean, she's a very pretty young lady, but it doesn't look like, I don't know. This is just the arrest warrant, okay? Okay. Let's go to the next one, see what it has to say. Okay, it says Tamara Parker's wrongful arrest, a fight for justice. Oh, goodness. And this is from African Elements, and it says fight for justice. Tamara Parker's wrongful arrest highlights the impact of flawed investigation and racial profile in the justice system. AI generated image. Okay. Since we have to listen, you have to download the article. I think I've got it downloaded on another page. First off, we need to get some incense going in here. I think I'm gonna take some of this in my son's room, put it in my son's room, burning, because gosh, his room smells like a boy's locker room. I'm telling you. Okay. I don't really want to download this. Okay, so support African Elements at Patreon. Okay. A life upended by wrongful arrest. Tamara Parker, a North Carolina woman, is preparing for a significant legal battle against her local police department. She alleges that a wrongful arrest and charges of identity theft have been completely disrupted her life. Okay, this indecent this incident, highlights the profound and often devastating consequences that can arise from a flawed police investigation, particularly when vague suspects' discriminations are involved. Parker was arrested on September 1st, 2024, at her home, facing charges of identity theft and attempting to obtain property under false pretenses. The charges originated from a scam in May of 2024 where someone fraudulently purchased 2 Apple phones. These phones were then delivered to an Advanced Auto Parts store. Investigators interviewed 2 store employees who reportedly implicated Parker in the crime. However, Parker's her attorneys confirmed she was not at the store on the day of the crime. She was attending her daughter's kindergarten graduation. Furthermore, the only suspect description police has was simply a black woman. Vague suspect discriminations, especially those relying solely on race, can significantly contribute to racial profiling. This practice involves law enforcement targeting individuals based on their race or ethnicity, rather than on specific evidence of criminal activity. Such broad descriptions increase the risk of wrongful arrest because they can lead police to apprehend individuals who fit a general non instead of focusing on concrete identifying features. Over reliance on racial descriptions can Over-reliance on racial descriptions can formalize the experience of being arrested, translating a single officer's decision into a lasting mark. Even if the arrest is wrongful, the lack of detailed information in Parker's case suggests potential investigative errors, such as failure to thoroughly vet witness statements or insufficient follow-up on alibis. The crushing weight of false accusations, fortunately for Tamara Parker, her charges were dismissed on June 23rd due to insufficient evidence. Legally dismissal for insufficient evidence means the prosecution failed to present enough compelling evidence to convince a judge or jury that the accused committed the crime beyond a reasonable doubt. This outcome means the charges are dropped and the accused is no longer suspect to prosecution for that specific offense. While a dismissal is a positive legal outcome, it does not erase the fact that the arrest or the potential negative impacts on the individual's record, reputation, and financial standing. For Parker, the dismissal came too late to prevent immense personal and financial devastation. Her attorney stated that the charges threw her life into a spiral of instability and fear. She lost her job in December 2024, incurred thousands of dollars in legal fees, and suffered damage to her credit. Her home is now in foreclosure. Parker self-expressed the profound impact, stating, "I lost everything. It was very traumatizing. My family kind of fell apart. My job, finances, I had to depend on credit cards the past 6 months to even stay afloat. Wrongful arrest can lead to significant financial strain due to legal fees, lost wages from time spent in custody or court, and the inability to work. This financial burden can escalate, impacting credit scores due to missed payments and, in severe cases, contributing to the loss of assets like homes through foreclosure. The stress and disruption caused by a wrongful arrest can make it difficult for individuals to maintain employment or secure new jobs, further exacerbating financial difficulties." Wow. 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 I hope I'm never in that position. I couldn't imagine not being able to go thrifting, which I can't do anyway right now because I'm dead broke. Not being able to do anything. Oh my goodness. I don't know if she was in the jail that whole time. They said she lost her job in December, so maybe she was out on bond. I don't know. Tamara Parker is now represented by attorneys with the law offices of Harry M. Daniels, who are considering filing a lawsuit against Gastonia County Police Department. Her attorney, Harry Daniels, is exploring several avenues, including a potential civil suit to help Parker find justice and rebuild her life. Suing a police department for wrongful arrest typically involves filing a civil lawsuit, often under Section 1983 of the U.S. Code, alleging violations of constitutional rights. Challenges include proving that the police acted with deliberate indifference or malice, overcoming qualified immunity defenses that protect government officials, and navigating complex legal procedures. In other words, the good old boys. It's a lot of times hard to get an attorney to go against law enforcement or attorneys to go against attorneys or all sorts of different things. The process can be lengthy, expensive, and emotionally taxing, often requiring extensive discovery, depositions, and potentially a trial. To cope with the overwhelming financial burden, Parker has started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for living and legal expenses. She stated that attorney fees and court-related costs have drained what little I had left. Individuals often rely on crowdfunding platforms like GoFundMe or legal fees because the cost associated with defending against criminal charges or pursuing civil lawsuits can be exorbitant, often reaching tens of thousands of dollars. Wrongful arrest victims who may have lost income or face financial hardship due to their ordeal often lack the personal resources to cover these significant legal expenses. Crowdfunding has become a common practice for individuals facing legal battles, especially in cases of perceived injustice, as it follows them to garner public support and financial assistance from a wider community. Other individuals have also sought public support for legal fees related to alleged wrongful charges or police misconduct, such as Sequita Coleman, who organized a GoFundMe for legal fees, claiming corrupt cop is pursuing false charges on me. Ashley Aaron also organized GoFundMe for a different Tamara to fight unjust treatment by police department, stating charges were filed in retaliation for a civil rights lawsuit. Okay, so this goes into different things, navigating the legal maze, and just it tells about how it all goes from there, step by step, what they're going to do next. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this. State versus Parker, 2023. Court of Appeals of North Carolina, State of North Carolina versus Jessica Parker, September 5, 2023. Attorney General Joshua H. Stein by Special Duty Attorney General Charles G. Whitehead for the state, R. Daniel Gibson for defendant appellant. Jessica Parker defendant appeals from judgment entered 29 November 2021 upon her conviction for trafficking in opium. What? Opiate, opioid, or heroin by processing 14 grams or more, but less than 28 grams. The record before us tends to reflect the following. I don't think we're talking about the same Jessica Parker here, or the same Jessica Parker. Wrong person. This is not the meat of this story. I am sorry. Jessica Parker and Tamara Parker. This is Jessica Parker, the actress. Let's go on to something different. I'm sorry. Went from one case to a different case and didn't even realize. I guess I didn't read it far enough. Okay, I'm going to start this right.
African Elements top news story for July 4th, 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. Tamara Parker, a North Carolina woman, is preparing for a legal battle against her local police department after a wrongful arrest for identity theft. She was arrested on September 1st, 2024, at her home, facing charges stemming from a scam in May 2024 involving the fraudulent purchase of 2 Apple iPhones. These phones were delivered to an Advance Auto Parts store where investigators interviewed employees who implicated Parker. However, her attorneys confirmed she was not at the store that day. She was attending her daughter's kindergarten graduation. The only suspect description police had was a black woman, which raises concerns about racial profiling. Vague descriptions can lead to wrongful arrests by prompting police to apprehend individuals based on general profiles
This is
rather
what
than
I just
specific
read.
evidence. The lack of detailed information in Parker's case suggests investigative errors, such as not thoroughly vetting witness statements or following up on alibis. Fortunately, her charges were dismissed on June 23 due to insufficient evidence, meaning the prosecution failed to present compelling evidence. While this dismissal is legally positive, it does not erase the negative impacts on Parker's record and reputation. Her attorneys stated that the charges threw her life into a spiral of instability and fear. Parker lost her job in December 2024, incurred thousands in legal fees, and suffered damage to her credit. Her home is now in foreclosure. Parker expressed the impact, stating, "I lost everything. It was very traumatizing. Wrongful arrests can lead to financial strain from legal fees, lost wages, and the inability to work. This burden can escalate, affecting credit scores and leading to asset loss through foreclosure. The stress from a wrongful arrest complicates employment opportunities, exacerbating financial difficulties." Parker is now represented by the law offices of Harry M. Daniels, who are considering a lawsuit against the Gastonia County Police Department. Attorney Harry Daniels is exploring a civil suit to help Parker seek justice and rebuild her life. Suing for wrongful arrest typically involves filing a civil lawsuit under Section 1980.
This is what I just read to y'all. Just being replayed again. Okay, so I'm going to go to one that I got off YouTube this morning. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Now, I don't know who this creator is, Roland S. Martin, but let's see if we can get it to.
I have no idea. So what they said happened was someone took someone's credit card information, bought 2.
Now, she loses everything being falsely accused of a crime. No criminal record. She spends months trying to clear her name, loses her job, loses her home. After police claim she matched the description of a suspect, and the description was a black woman. Now, charges have been dropped against her. Her mugshot, though, online, people can pull it up. It's everywhere. And so imagine now you're trying to have to rebuild your life. Tam and her attorney, Harry Daniels, joins us right now. Glad to have both of you on the show. So what the hell? First of all, what did they accuse you of doing? And what was the description? And was that person actually ever apprehended? And they in any way resemble you?
I have no idea. So what they said happened was someone took someone's credit card information, bought 2 Apple iPhones, and sent them to an Advance Auto Parts store. I had no idea, what was going on. I don't think that they ever got a suspect. I'm not too sure, but not to my knowledge. I think I.
So how do they get around to you? What happened?
So I'm the Advanced Auto Parts store. I went in on May the 16th of last year. I was looking for a part. I actually had the part in my hand and they didn't have it. I got assistance from the store associate. And then a little over a week later, the police came to my house and had a search warrant to search my home. I had no idea why they were, there, but that was the only time I ever went into that store.
So the first time you ever go to this auto parts store, you looking for a part, then all of a sudden, a week later, they're showing up at your house. And when they show up at your house, what do they say?
I let them in because there was something that happened in my daughter's school earlier that week. So I just thought a teacher was arrested. So I started thinking about that. Like, I thought they were coming to my house to tell me something happened to my child. So I let them inside to like see what they had to say. And the guy just started like yelling, like, I just want to know if this is a one-time thing or if you're a part of a ring. And I had no idea what he was talking about. So then he just kind of started going off. So then he told me like what happened. Well, he said first, did you go into an advanced auto parts store? And I said, yes, I went there last Thursday to look for a part and I had the like part with me. So that's what he told me. That's when he told me what I was accused of.
Okay. Now, she loses everything being.
So that must be traumatizing to her. The police didn't even ask her name. They didn't ask, what was the part. They didn't ask anything. They just said, are you part of a ring? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My heart goes out for this lady. If I was a millionaire, I'd fill up her GoFundMe. I trust you. Okay. From the Inquisitor, it says, I lost everything. Black woman says cops ruined her life over wrongful ID theft arrest. She looks very unhappy. There's her little girl. Look at her beautiful little girl laying there, sound asleep. And she's sitting there trying to figure out how she's going to give that child some supper tonight. Black woman from North Carolina is preparing to file a lawsuit against her local police department for falsely detaining her and accusing her of identity theft, an event that she claims completely changed her life. Attorneys from the law office of Harry M. Daniels is currently representing Tamara Parker and is considering bringing a lawsuit against the Gastonia County. Why is he only considering it? The law company claims that Parker was charged with the identity theft and attempting to. Why didn't the police take her back to the advanced auto parts and ask if this is the lady you described? I'm sure she's not the only black lady in that store, in that town. I promise you she's not. She's in North Carolina. She can't be the only black lady in that town. And I'm not saying anything bad about North Carolina. There are certain states that have a wider abundance of ethnic persons than other states. There's not near as many black people in Kansas that I've realized than there was in Arkansas. When I lived in Arkansas, there were black people, and I'm going to say Hispanic because they were from Mexico and Honduras and what's that other state from? The other country. It's just down below Honduras, okay? It's down in that area. It's where CJ's biological father's from. So anyway, El Salvador. Okay, there we go. We're in El Salvador. Okay, so and also there's a lot of Laotians and that kind of people. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But in bordering towns, you get more of the different races than you do in smaller states and smaller towns and things like that. So that's all I mean. It's just observation. But from what I understand, and from news clips I've seen from other things in North Carolina, there are a large amount of ethnic people over there. And there's nothing against that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. 2 store employees who were interrogated by investigators accused Parker of committing the crime. Let's listen to this.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean?
Well, we've had 3 suspicious calls
Calls from what?
about a suspicious person approaching houses. 3 people in this neighborhood have reported it. Do you know anything about that?
I surely don't. I'm working.
You're
I'm
working?
now.
And what is it that you're doing? What's your job?
I'm the mail carrier.
You're a government employee. Would you get that costume at Spirit Halloween store? You're clearly casing the neighborhood.
I'm casing the neighborhood with a giant bag on me. It's hot, sir.
Clearly. Let me see your
Oh
ID.
my goodness. Here you go. Casing the neighborhood. I've been in this neighborhood on this route for 4 years. You can ask any of these residents. They'll know who you
Ma'am,
are.
I'm at
Wow. I'm floored. I am floored. Now that I don't know that was Miss Parker that they were talking to. Parker claimed to have visited Advance Auto Parts in May, but her lawyer claimed she was not there on the day of the crime. She was at her kindergarten graduation of her daughter. Parker added that according to WCNC, the only description police have of a suspect was a black woman. According to court documents on June 23rd, her charges were dropped for lack of evidence. Parker lost her job, thousands of dollars in legal bills, and good credit she had worked so hard to earn. According to her lawyers, who say the allegations threw her life in the spiral of instability and fear. And faded out here, it says Parker said she ended up losing her job in December 2024 due to the false charges, and now her home is in foreclosure from Robert Winston jail account. Okay, according to Parker, the false charges caused her to lose her employment in December, and as a result, her home is currently in foreclosure. I lost everything. It was so traumatizing, Parker told WCNC. My family kind of fell apart. My job, finances, I had to depend on credit cards of the past 6 months to stay afloat. In an effort to raise money for living costs and legal costs, Parker launched GoFundMe page. She claims the lawyer bills and court-related costs have drained what little she had left, and that her financial condition has only gotten worse in the recent months. I'm incredibly grateful to have my name cleared and to finally begin searching for a new job. But now I'm so far in debt that I don't know how I'll ever catch up without help, Parker wrote on the GoFundMe page. Any support, whether it's a donation, a share, or a kind message, will make a real difference. The fund raised will go toward overdue bills, basic necessities, and counting to cover legal related costs until I can get fully back on my feet. Harry Daniels, Parker lawyer, said he and his colleagues are looking for a number of options, including possible civil lawsuit, to assist Parker to get justice and start over. I feel for her. I really do. This is horrifying. Why? Just why? I mean, just because was she the postal carrier? I don't know. Was she an RN? I don't know. Whatever job she gets, and she works to try to get back on her feet, she can't do it flipping burgers. She's going to have to get a well-paying job. And she's got that little baby. Does she still have custody of the baby? What happened to her little girl when she was arrested? That little girl was probably traumatized. She just got out of kindergarten. She couldn't have been more than 6 years old. Let's see. No, my niece is starting kindergarten this semester. And she's 5. And her birthday's in November. So, okay, so yeah, that child couldn't be more than 5 or 6 years old. And she's traumatized. That baby's going to remember this forever. And she's going to grow up being the little girl whose mama committed fraud. Even though her mama didn't do it. But she's going to be known as the little girl whose mama did this. She's going to have a rough life. I'm telling you. Okay. Let's flip the screen. Unheard Voices magazine. Oh, I saw on YouTube just before I come live. I'm changing the subject, but I'll get back to this. The police actually have the suspect we were talking about yesterday. Oh gosh, I can't even remember his name now. The one who somebody left the baby on the front lawn and unalived her 4 family members. They've arrested 2 of his friends and they've got him cornered. I don't know if he's been arrested yet or not. But that's what I know. I can go into that further tomorrow because I'll have more information. But I think tomorrow I won't get back on Sebastian. And this is going to be a weird week with my lives and the time I'm able to go live because I'm having a yard sale Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So my yard sale is not at this location. It's at my storage locker across town. And I don't know if I can StreamYard and go live. I could, I guess, if I set it up the night before and go live on my phone. Who wants to do that? It's hard to go live. I can't see comments and stuff if I go live on my phone. So, yeah. Unless I go live on both phones. I'd go live on this phone and watch it on this phone. I mean, it's possible. I could do that. I turn my phone screen on. Plus, I have to do my bike rides. I'm supposed to be, I had planned to do 6.3 or 6.5 miles per day, but I've been doing, I did 6.5 miles on the first. On the second, I did a 10 mile, just straight 10 mile. And I mean, my Garmin said that I had done 10 miles, but the app that I use said I did 9.9 miles. So to me, I did 10 miles. So anyway, then yesterday I did 11 miles and I tackled a road that I said I would not tackle because of the hills. Because the last time I went on that road, I ended up passing out on a main street coming into town and was right on the side of the road on the pavement when I passed out. And it's like, I called my doctor and he got me into a cardiologist, and my cardiologist grounded me from my bicycle. Well, I got a new bicycle and it's smaller. And I'm not afraid of it. And taking the hills was not near as hard. Of course, I've been riding a lot more recently. But yeah, I did that route that I had been on in August of last year when I got grounded on my bike. I did that route, so I know I can do it. And my goal is I can do this. I'm reaching for 200 miles during the month of August. And I'm trying to raise $500, but so far I don't have any supporters backing me. But just to do the ride is enough for me because it's a goal and I'm going to try to reach that goal. All right, let's get back to Tamara Parker. Okay, North Carolina woman sues police after wrongful arrest. Okay, this is from Unheard Voices magazine. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. And here's our beautiful gavel's judge's gavel, whatever you call it. Tamara Parker, a North Carolina woman, is suing the Gastonia County Police Department for wrongfully arresting her and charging her with identity theft. An ordeal, she says, turned her life upside down. Okay, now my question is, it just popped into my mind right then. If the charges were dropped, are they still on her record? If they do, if she tries to get a new job and they do a background check, is this identity theft going to be on her record? I don't know, but that would make life really hard for somebody if that were the case. Tamara Parker sues Gastonia County Police Department for wrongful arrest. Parker was I'm sorry, I had my teeth adjusted at the dentist because they weren't staying in properly. And now I feel like I have to learn to talk all over again because they're not where I was used to them being in my mouth. And it just, I'm sorry, my words come out wrong. And I can't read. Authorities allege she was involved in a scam involving a fraudulent purchase of 2 Apple iPhones, which were shipped to an Advanced Auto Parts store in May of 2024. 2 store employees identified Parker as the suspect. Okay, now why would somebody ship an order? Okay, 2 Apple iPhones, okay? We're talking at least $1,000 a piece because my husband has an Apple phone and I have an Apple phone, and our phone bill jumped way high when we got those Apple phones. And even when I got mine, it was on Verizon was running a deal: bring in any Apple phone and you'll get a free Apple phone. Well, I brought in 3 Apple phones, but they said they were junk and wouldn't give me the Apple phone for free. But they didn't tell us it wasn't free until we got the first bill with the charge for the Apple phone on it. So, I mean, I've been with Verizon since 2004 when Nokia phones came out. That was my first phone. My husband dropped his Verizon account because he has to be on Verizon because it's got the best coverage for cell phone. And being an over-the-road truck driver, he has to have good coverage. So he dropped his plan, and I picked him up on my plan because I had a person that I was paying for his phone, but we ended our friendship. So I got his phone back, but the line was still active. So my husband just dropped his plan and jumped onto my plan. And he's been on my plan I've been with Verizon for 19 years. Almost 20. Probably 20 by now because I got divorced in September 4th of 2008. So I would have gotten my phone in August. Yeah, probably right at 20 years now. So, yeah. But why would you have something that expensive delivered to a store that you don't ever go to and then expect to go pick it up? I think my package was delivered to the wrong location. I don't think so. I don't think so. And why was it a charge? Why was it a crime? I mean, I understand that somebody's ID, but maybe somebody didn't want to charge on their card after they ordered the phones. Maybe they decided they didn't want it anymore, and then they claimed somebody got a hold of their credit card and did fraud. I can't figure this one out. I'm going to have to go to law school. Parker maintains she visited the store early that month, which was on the 13th, and not on the day the crime occurred. Okay, we know she was at her daughter's thing. The charges were dismissed on June 23rd due to insufficient evidence. Parker says she's lost her job in December after being falsely charged and now faces the looming threat of foreclosure. She has a GoFundMe to cover mounting and living expenses. Parker launched GoFundMe. The attorney fees and court costs. You know what? I wish the next screen would automatically pop up when you shut a screen off. I just wish it would. Okay, so here's the GoFundMe. And I'll put the link for it in the description. Whoops, sorry. I didn't mean to post that thing right there. Oh, it didn't post. Okay, never mind. There's a referral link right there. It says super. But right here's her GoFundMe. Okay? And what she put on there, it says, "My name is Tamara Parker. I'm a mother of 3, sharing my story in hopes of getting support as I work to rebuild my life after being wrongfully accused of a crime I did not commit. In December 2024, I lost my job due to false charges. Since then, I haven't been able to work or keep up with my bills. By January 2025, I fell behind on everything, mortgages, utilities, and basic living expenses, and things have only gotten worse. On top of that, I've had to cover the overwhelming cost to defend myself legally. Spending over $9,000 in defense attorney fees, court-related expenses, and gathering documentation to prove my innocence have drained of what little I had left. After months of stress and fear, my case was finally dismissed on June 23rd. I'm incredibly grateful to have my name cleared, but to finally begin searching for a new job. But now that I'm so far in debt that I don't know how I'll ever catch up without help. Any support, whether it's a donation, a share, or a kind message, will help make a real difference. The funds raised will go toward overdue bills and basic necessities. Thank you for reading my story and standing with me during one of the hardest times of my life." And then you can donate or share and put words of support on there. So far, she's got $9,832 raised. Okay, so the $9,000 that she spent, all that right there is going to defense attorneys. It's all going to defense attorneys. Giovanna Norman donated $116. Anonymous person paid $50. Somebody sent $5. Somebody sent $50. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who has been in a position where they're able to donate to help this wonderful lady and her 3 beautiful children. And I have never seen pictures of her children. But as pretty as she is, she can't have ugly babies. There ain't no possible way. She's too pretty to have ugly babies. Now, this live was not designed or written up to do any kind of, what is that called when one race don't like another race? I can't think of the word. Anyway, oh, I'm not racist. I'm talking about races and everything. I'm not racist. People used to joke and make jokes about racist people and colored people. I don't think those are appropriate, even if used in a joking content. Like, if I repeat the joke that went around during the early 90s, right now, it would be considered a racial statement. And there's no reason for it. Biblically, there's things said about people of different races, because God said, stay with your own kind. That's the only thing I have. I'm not racist. God wasn't racist. He couldn't have been racist. He made the colored people. He made the white people. I don't know how people became Asian and all that, because it doesn't say in the Bible about how he made all the different races. That's not anything that I know of out of the Bible. But I'm not going to go into a Christian literature here because I'm very uneducated. Okay? But I do know that during the story of the Tower of Babel, I believe it was, God told the people to stay with their own kind. And at that point is when he made different people, different colors, and different races. That's my theory. I don't know. So I'm not racist. It takes all kinds to make a whole. So I'm not trying to be racist in any way. And if anybody's offended by me doing this live stream, I truly am sorry. I meant no disrespect. I just wanted to get the word out for this wonderful lady, GoFundMe, so that she can get help with her legal fees. Because trust me, if I had the money, I would completely send her. If I was a millionaire, I'd send her, if I had it available, $100,000 just to help her get on her feet. I would, if I had it. But the Lord didn't bless me. He made me beautiful instead of rich. And then I think his eyes were damaged because I ain't nowhere near beautiful. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my live. Even if you're watching on replay, please hit that thumbs up. Because even if it's an after the live and the thumbs up go up, it helps the algorithm. It helps get my story out to more people in the true crime community. And I'm going to try to cover something about Sebastian Rogers. The mob crew come up with a wonderful thing today. I might use some of his information tomorrow. That guy's so smart. I wish I knew what he knows. But anyway, thank you for being here. Do something nice for someone, even if it's just make them smile and get walked.